my name is Ilona Dalecka. I'm one of the directors of Made in the Midlands, and this is Jason Pitt, the founder of Made in the Midlands. And today we want to talk about the opportunities that we've got available at Made in the Midlands for graduates, and introduce you to a career, very good career, which is sales. So Jason, could you briefly tell us what sort of opportunities are now available at Made in the Midlands?
Yes, we have two different job roles. One is for a graduate who wants a career in sales. So inside sales, you start off on the phones in an office-based role, and we also have a field sales position. So the inside sales role leads to the field sales position. We have two of those, two different rates. So we're looking for people who have got limited sales experience, but want a career in sales and are good at communicators, and also people that are very good at sales and have already got established career behind them and want to an opportunity to work with a company like ourselves.
So, Jason, could you tell our audience what Made in the Midlands is?
So, Made in the Midlands, without going through the whole history, I'll just give you a snapshot. So, originally it was an editorial campaign launched in 2009 to support Midlands manufacturing after the collapse of MG Rover. It started off as a kind of newspaper campaign and evolved into a membership group. We very much do good company, so we bang the drum for Midlands manufacturing. We bring people together, we organise networking events, we do an online digital social network that people can engage and interact with, and it's all about promoting the best of British manufacturing.
So that would lead to my next question, which is, what are the values of our company?
So the values of the business, as I say, we're a do-good company, which the way I see that is when we're not just a soulless company selling a product or we're selling these coasters. We're actually making a difference in the community. We're making a difference to people's jobs, how they feel about themselves. We often refer to manufacturing companies as manufacturing heroes because they generate tremendous wealth and opportunities for the whole of the UK, whether it be people that employ, the families that they engage with, and the products that they make a huge difference to us as a society. So we help those people recognise their value and also other people to get behind them as well.
We would be classed as a small to medium-sized enterprise. So why do you think, what is the progression route in our company in comparison to, for example, a bigger company?
This is a really interesting question because a lot of people, particularly graduates, will naturally think FTSE T50, blue chip company, big brands are equals better employers. And that's not always the case. Often bigger companies have got very good processes. They'll have a HR manager, they'll have a HR department, and in that respect, yes, they are as professional as you can be. But the difference between a small employer and a big employer is, let's just say, I don't know, you've got a big company there, Jaguar Land Rover, on the front page of our magazine, and you'll have other big employers around the country. They will often have high salaries at the start, and they'll have really good graduate programs. But then you're a small fish in a very big pond. So if you're a graduate in a company that employs maybe 10,000 people, actually the opportunities are not as great as you think. So very often in small companies we can provide opportunities for people to grow. You've often got a direct route through to the managing director who will spend time with you, educating you, giving you experience, and you'll get to do things that you would ordinarily not do as a young person. So this is a magazine we publish in conjunction with the Express and Star. And if we just look through some of the pages, you'll see that, well, there you are there, talking to Japanese TV.
Yeah, that's fun.
A lot of their members of staff, and so there's a lady we took on 12 months ago, graduate from Aston University and also Wolverhampton University, and we put employees very much in the spotlight. So, you know, lots of our staff team are involved in this magazine. They are involved in our events that we go. They're part of a small community, and they're known within the area. And ordinarily, if you've been at, let's say, a company that employs 10,000 people for 12 months, you're not really a significant part of that company. What you do doesn't make that much of a difference. If you was to not work there anymore, it wouldn't make a huge dent in that business. But a company like us, even as an apprentice, even as a young person coming through the company, you're making a difference, you're contributing, and you can see in a tangible way what you've actually done.
That's a very good answer, I think. It is very, we are a very good company to work for, and it just shows through so many projects we've done in the past few years. As a graduate, what can you expect in terms of training? Because obviously graduates are hungry for even more training. What can we provide to them as a company?
Yeah, so we sat down with the UK MD Dale Carnegie about a year ago to write this Sales Academy manual, and it's quite a comprehensive sales training book that takes you through the process of how to communicate effectively. So yes, it's called Sales Academy, but really what is sales? It's about communicating effectively. It's about giving people confidence to make decisions that they really ought to be making, and for you to be able to succeed in life, because the reason why a lot of people don't succeed in sales is really nothing to do with the training. A lot of people, especially graduates, think that they need more training, when in actual fact they need more experience. They need more experience, and in many instances they need to unlearn some of the things that they've learned in academic world, because it's about showing initiative, it's about thinking on your feet, it's about experiencing real life situations. You don't learn to swim on dry land, and we actively get people into situations, experiences where they're interacting with maybe MDs of companies who turn over £10 million, or they can be speaking to operations managers that make huge decisions on things. The sort of thing that you just simply couldn't learn in a training manual. But in terms of what we do, this is probably one of the best training courses I've ever been involved in. We give everybody a certificate at the end of the completion, and although it's not a formal qualification as a degree would be, and it doesn't take a year to complete, it tells you everything you need to know to succeed. It gives you a process and a route to succeed in sales.
I think there is a misconception of what a career in sales really is, especially amongst young people who maybe see it as, I don't know, stopping people on the street trying to sell charity stuff, or, I don't know, knocking to people's door. Could you explain what is unique about the opportunity that we offer and how different it is from those, conceptions and pictures people have? Because it is a B2B professional career, and how can you explain that to people?
Yeah, first of all, sales is probably one of the biggest industries in the world. There's only really two things that you can do. You can either generate money and you can spend money. So you have to, whatever the product you have to be able to sell that product. It doesn't matter even if you're watching this on an Apple monitor or Samsung TV. You've made that purchase to buy something, or an iPhone, and that product needs selling or it needs marketing. The reason sales has got a bad reputation is because there obviously historically have been companies that have ripped people off, or they're selling it in the wrong way. They're selling things that they really they shouldn't be selling. Our business is all about diagnosing the pain and selling somebody something that they should be buying, not just selling them something that they shouldn't really have or have an interest. So it's ethical selling. So sales is a profession, and it's an honourable profession. And in fact, if you look at the political arena, if you think about anybody that's been successful in life, a lot of them are actually salespeople. One of the best salespeople you'll ever see is Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. These guys are salespeople. They're not engineers. They're not building the computers necessarily themselves. Their biggest skill and attribute is being able to persuade whether it be an investor to invest in them, or for us, general public, to go out and buy that phone. And in terms of being successful in sales, we need to get more like the Americans, where we don't see it as a negative career. It's a positive career. It's a career where you can go into multiple sectors, so the opportunities are wide and vast. And also, it's something which pays probably higher than most wages. I mean, it's not unheard of for a salesperson to earn more than a doctor. These are high-paying jobs if you are good at it. The only reason people fail at sales usually is because they have a negative view of sales, and therefore that prevents them from asking for the business or doing what they should be doing in the meetings. As long as you can provide a product which solves a problem, and you can communicate that effectively, and you don't have any hesitation about asking for the business, then you'll do well in sales. So there's no unlimited training that you can do to give you that success. It's all about aptitude.
Yes, so as you said, it can be a very lucrative career for the right person with the right attitude to go straight to the top. And this is the sort of people we're looking for, and I hope that our video help you to understand a little bit more what we are as a company at Made in the Midlands and what sort of people we're looking for. So thank you very much, Jason, for...
And how can people get in touch with you?
Of course. So you can apply by emailing to Ilona at firstorchard.com. That's ILONA at firstorchard.com. Or apply below with all the information, and job description is provided. We look forward to hearing from you soon.